Good morning, this is Sun Kim's daily global briefing on 10th April. Yeah, many people give me some kind of feedbacks. You're so boring, and the others, your word is so hard, and sometimes it is very difficult to understand. So, I told them that okay, this is some kind of professional channel, so I give you very many information, and I'd like to give you that many information as possible in short time. So if you cannot understand, then you have to study. But if you have any questions, then give me a call. Then I'll give you some kind of answers about it. Yep. So if you have any questions, then you can ask something in email or something. Some other contexts in here again. So let's start it from the Indices and Commodities. Today I made a little format change according to my friend's feedback, and now you see the four indices. Number one, Dow Jones, Nasdaq, and S&P 500. Yeah, they are raised, and they close and raise. But the problem is that they are made a star. Dow Jones and the S&P 500, they made a green star, but the Nasdaq made a red star, and that's a problem. So the Nasdaq will fall maybe tonight or maybe today. The Friday or the next Monday it'll fall again. And also the Dow Jones and S&P 500, I'm not sure what they are doing, but definitely they cannot go up more than they cannot go up more than 24.5k lines, I think, in Dow Jones. So in my opinion is that they try to go up, but they can't, because this is the line, this is the barriers of the coronavirus. This is the coronavirus barrier. So if this pandemic is not solved, then the stock index cannot climb higher. Yeah. So please remember that you have to check whether the coronavirus is going on. One good news is that the VIX closed at the 36.925 point, and it dropped 3.59%. So it's really good news that. So the risk and the volatility of the stock and commodity and option market is getting calmed down. So it is a good news. Next is that we can check the commodities. I brought forward the oil and the soybeans. Yeah, most important. And I think it's the most important for these market conditions. As you see, the WTI and Brent and Dubai, all three oils, they raised more than 7% at the first time when the Russia and Saudi Arabia made some kind of agreement for the oil cut. But the problem is the Mexicans, yes, they don't like that kind of thing. They don't like their oil cut quota, and then they refuse to sign the deal. So that's another problem. Yeah. So it dropped the WTI more than 9% last night, and then also it cannot go up like much more than that. And another commodity that you have to check it out is the soybeans. If the soybeans goes up, then the U.S.-China trade negotiation will continue, and then they'll make some kind of deals. And so although it dropped a lot more, but they make some kind of box pattern, and then it is stabilized a little bit. So I think maybe near future the U.S. and China will make another trade deal again, hopefully. And next is this metals. The precious metals and the coppers. You see that because of the people, all the people want the safe haven. The gold. Yeah, gold is the most thing. And then now the gold recovers the $1,700 lines, and it raised more than it. So it raised more than $68.50 50 cents in one day. Just one day. It is really amazing, you know. Congratulations if you have any gold there. And it raised more than 4.07%, but for the ticks is tremendous. Yeah, it's really awesome, you know. And also the silver is good. Yeah, if you have no money to invest the gold, then you better to invest in the silver. It also is good. Yeah, the problem is that the platinum and palladium, especially in palladium, it just raised only 0.71%. Even that because the palladium is used in the cars. I mean, it is used in gasoline cars. So it's really hard to raise the car demands nowadays because of the coronavirus. So it takes some time to recover the former price, and also the copper. It makes some kind of it is holding its position, and then it drops just $0.005. I mean, there's a fifth of a 100 cent. Yeah, and there's very little changes, and the problem is that the copper shows that the real world, I mean, the consumers really shows that some commodities like steel or copper or nickel or whatever, okay, and those commodities are not so good, not in good condition. So you have to be careful, and you shall not be hallucinated by the stock rises. But although the stock rises, the real world is not so good. You have to remember this. This is what I'd like to tell you this week. Okay, now we'd like to check the news today, and I brought 4 newses: 2 from Bloomberg, 1 from Wall Street Journal, and 1 from Financial Times. Let's check the Bloomberg news. Number 1, Saudi Russia oil deal under threat as Mexico walks out of OPEC Plus talks. So I told you just before that the Mexicans don't like their quota, and they don't want to sign the deal. So it makes the WTI fall more than 9%, and there's another problem for the U.S. that the Mexican really ruined the deal. Yes, so maybe today or tomorrow or next Monday, the Mexico shall make some kind of decision whether they will agree or not. Or during this weekend, they will make some kind of deal with Russia or the United States. Yeah. And next, Trump says the bailout proposal for airlines may come by weekend. And yes, and Trump said that, and I think this is a very acceptable package for the airliners. So now the money thirst airliners, they are looking for the government only. They give me the money, and then they are spending $100 billion to $120 billion per month. So you gotta be careful about this. So very acceptable package means that at least they will provide more than 6 months expense for the airliners. But if it is not that much, then the stock will fall again on Monday, I think. So we have to check this issue too. And the Wall Street Journal, the Fed unveils new programs to support $2.3 trillion in lending. I mean, trillion! Yeah, $2.3 trillion in lending again. Yeah. They spend a lot of money again, and then they will issue another dollars and then spread it again like more than like a Bernanke. Yes, so it is so oh yeah, I got some shock and awe really. And then so it means that the Fed will make another special purpose company, the SPC, and then the Fed will support the SPC, and the SPC will lend the money to all the companies or the municipals or the state or the cities, whatever. Okay, So it will cover the subprime leverage loans and all the kind of bonds, and you have to find out. You have to check it out that the subprime leverage loan is mostly composed of the shale oil companies bond. Yes. So the government decided to save the shale oil company with the federal money. Yes. So we have to check it whether they will make some kind of movement with the oil majors with the negotiation of M&A or not. Yeah. If that happens, then they will make another crisis after then. Maybe some years later. Yeah. And Financial Times said that Boris Johnson moves out of intensive care. So congratulations. Johnson finally get out of the ICU, and he came back to wards, and then I hopefully it is good news that the world economy will still stable. But we are not in good condition because the COVID-19 still exists, and then it also threats all the UK peoples. So we have to check the situation on next week. Not only the United States but also the UK too. And also, Boris Johnson, you have to keep your body in the ward more than 10 days. So it would be better to bring some comics. Yeah. So next turn is that about the market forecast, and I brought three things that the stock holds, the box patterns, and the DJI. I mean, this 23K line means that the double Dow Jones index. So you have to keep the eyes until the 23K lines and DJI surpass it or not. But I think it cannot because of that. Because still the COVID-19 is working so and suppress the consumers activities. So I think on Wednesday I told you that the stock, the DJI will hold the 21 to 23K. So next week I hopefully it will get up maybe more than 24.5K lines, but I think it will fail again, and it will keep the boxes again. Yeah. So don't follow the any stocks, and then just keep quiet and then check the stocks. Yeah. And the people need the safe haven assets like gold, dollars, and Japanese yens, and like that. So gold and US dollar will make bull run, I think. Yeah, it will bull run again because so many people from the financial companies they took the money out from the gold commodities, and they put the money into the stock to the index commodities. I mean index futures for the to cover the margin call. Yeah, maybe a couple of months ago. And now it is time to recover the money in here in the dollar. So they will bring the money back in here, and also the dollar will make some kind of bull run again. Yeah, because the Jerome Powell already spread a lot of dollars in the world, and then it's starting to work. So I think the dollar index will go up again. Yeah. And also the oil will plunge much harder next week because of this OPEC Plus agreement is not completed by the Mexico. So we have to check the Mexico again on next week and on during this weekend. And I think maybe Mr. Trump will ask Mexico to okay, you sign it or you sign it or you have to make some kind of deal with me. Yeah. I have no idea what kind of deal he'll make, but anyway, they'll do it. Yeah. So the result will come out during the weekend, but I'm not sure. Maybe it'll go more than next Wednesday. So we have to check the oil market until the Wednesday. But I think it'll plunge much more than yesterday. And coming up next week is that the U.S. COVID-19 death toll is the crucial issue because the White House briefings, the Dr. Anthony Fauci, he said that the peak point will be the 19th April to 22nd April. So next week will be the death toll peak period, and we have to check the coronavirus about it. And next is what change the Fed QE will make. I mean that Jerome Powell is really crazy because he spent a lot of money again. He made the 0.0% interest rate, and also he spent a lot of money again. I think the oil price is so low, then I think they can hold the power to do it. But if the oil price goes up, it'll make some kind of pressure for the Fed. So we have to check it out on next week, and also we have to check the airliners bailout. Yes. So nowadays, maybe these couple of months, so many things happened, and we are checking all the issues about the economic crisis. But this is not only the economic crisis, but also it's a kind of opportunities to change the word orders, or some kind of orders or the rule of the games. So we have to find some kind of clues from this chaotic market, yeah, especially in the oil prices. So the only clue that I can find out is the oil cut. Yes, so check it out, the oil cut and the volatility of the price. The oil price is really crucial because if the oil price goes up, as I told you, that the Fed will have some kind of pressure some kind of pressure. If WTI drops $10, then it is equivalent to the 1% rate cut. So Fed already made a 2% rate cut because of these low oil prices. Before then it was $50 per barrel, but now it is $20, around $20. So it's a really big deal. So what I am really focusing on is that you have to keep your eye on the oil and the stocks. Whether the stock break the ceiling of 23K lines of Dow Jones or not. You have to check it, and also you have to check the oil prices, that the WTI will break the ceiling of $30 per barrel or not. That is the next week's issue. Okay, thank you very much for your watching. This is the end of the Global Daily Briefing. Thank you. Have a good day and have a good investment. Keep your principle, and God bless you. Thank you.